Black diamond. And they cold. Burn up. And they will know.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to welcome everybody to The Gist. Happy New Year. I'm your host for the night. My name is Nareni Agobiaye. On my left, I have DJ Tunes of New York City. Beside him, I have Mashula, MUA of New York City. Beside her, I have Mr. No Breed of No Breed Entertainment. Beside him, I have Spice of Sugar and Spice from Under the Rock Radio. Beside her, I have Shagun Gonzo. Beside him, I have MC Kina. And beside her, I have Bowel Parte of Twin. To start off the show, I would like to say once again, Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Basically, first topic of the night, we're going to be talking about the hottest Nigerian events of 2013. So whoever is ready to talk first. What does it matter? You're the DJ now. We got a promoter here, so.
I mean, we have a lot of events that I think was really successful. From the beginning of the year, probably, I would say, the beginning of the year, the New Bridge Spring Fling, we had, that was pretty successful. It's the first party that, was done amongst them. And
anybody here went?
Yeah.
Was it popping? Is he lying? It's not lying.
It's not lying.
It was really good. From there, I'll go to May. I'll go to my tourist party. That was really good.
Anybody?
Yeah,
Of course.
I couldn't even get it. That's not popular.
Oh my God, that's not popular.
Let's go with the Barclays. You keep focusing on
That's this year.
24.
Going down the line, I'll say the Nigerian Day pre-party and parade that weekend. I think everybody had a successful day in terms of all the entertainments that did parties that weekend. From New Breed to Aphrodite to African Labash to Big Moose to Kaz Canino, Under the Rock. So I think that weekend was pretty successful. After that, I would say, and also Mecca Agu and Anume through the Nigerian Independence Day parties as well.
Anybody else have anything to add to that? Like, what
I say the blackout though.
Blackout.
No, I think Taurus. I
couldn't-
like Taurus better.
Yeah, I couldn't go to the first blackout because I had no reason that day.
Hannah.
Daddy is
Hannah's
like.
my little bundle of joy.
Aww.
I don't be doing that hard stuff. Yeah, but I definitely say black, and the reason why I say blackout because it was fun. Like, like it was a good amount of people, and everybody just looked like they was having fun. It wasn't all stuck up.
Oh, yeah.
Can we curse?
No, you
It's not
smell
on
it.
the cable TV.
Magic, I know was with you.
Okay. The bundle of good.
Anybody else? Spice?
I think you touched on all of them. I feel like the Emmy after party was different. It was a lot from. I feel like all the different teams came together. And, a lot of celebrities from Nigeria was in the house, and it was really good. I had a good time at that party too. So I definitely say that was a good event too.
Mashula?
Well, I celebrated my birthday at the blackout. We had some fun that night. And, it was really nice. A lot of my American friends even enjoyed it. They loved it. They was like, they got to start coming to African parties. I feel like that really put us another way of putting us on a platform, showing other people that our culture is just as popular as being Jamaican. And that's what I really love about those kind of parties.
Tell me off.
I definitely agree
Give
with
me that phone.
I definitely agree with the Independence Weekend. Everybody did actually was successful. And another thing I was gonna touch on was the Blackout 2.0. That day was crazy. My opinion is just crazy. It was a crazy night. I'm sure everybody that was in there had fun.
So you can't have a party without dope music. So I'm gonna go on to hottest Nigerian songs of 2013. I'm sorry because I have a couple of favorites, but I want everybody to mention 3, so we can go quick. I think my first one of the year will probably be Caro. Second one will probably be Rotate. Third one, I'm not gonna steal this one from someone, but third one, not stealing. J by Nix. That's not one a lot of people know. Like,
I like that.
Anything Burna Boy is what you're supposed to listen
Right.
to in the year 2015.
I would say his album was good.
Yeah.
I feel like song of the year still is Wiz's Jaya Jaya. I feel like when it drops, it's just everybody's
it's
so
good.
I think
Yeah,
it's just,
to that.
I feel like it's more geared towards the Yoruba people.
This
Like,
is true. This is true.
That's the only thing. That's the only reason why I wouldn't say it was like the
Song
song.
of the year.
Yeah, for Yoruba people, I'll accept it. Like, yo, it's my song of the year.
Right.
But
So what do you
in
think?
terms of everybody,
Rotate?
as a DJ,
Because Rotate was more
this shit
English.
is dope.
yeah, rotate.
Limpopo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Limpopo,
Limpopo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rotate is out there.
Gonzo, what you said?
What you
Yeah,
guys
what
talking
they-
about? Where's Shonley?
No, I heard it. That was the big song.
Oh, that, come on,
And
man.
last year, and I don't know, it was also dope to have. I feel like Styles' single Mujo was dope.
Yes.
Like, I know it was a New York thing, but whenever
Not
it
just
dropped
New
in
York,
New York,
DMV
I'm not.
people.
Well, I really didn't party outside it, but I guess. But whenever
I want
I don't
boys
party
too.
as
I
much.
want boys to really break
Alonso, I think
Yeah, and
Alonso.
on my end.
I really love that song.
Oh, what?
It is.
They still have a legacy. You know, Jamaican songs will get old. African songs will get old. either.
On my end is really nice too.
Yeah.
I'm all I want to close out the year.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's so dope based on the fact that the drama that was happening on Twitter and what's his name? Dumb Jazzy, and then he dropped it, so it was really good.
I mean, the Jazzy Jump is over.
So I'm all right though, landed harder because you guys the line is says bad man trying to say
But then the Jazzy is like, suru, like,
Yeah.
relax,
Hey.
I mean, easy, like that.
But that dropped so late. Early, like it dropped too late. It dropped so late. Can't really consider.
Yeah, no.
Well, I'm alright, drop late too.
Yeah, that was like the same.
But he had Rotate going and then he had Amara, so that I feel like that was really good.
He's coming back. One day's coming back.
Oh yeah.
I actually got to chill with him while he was out here cool dude.
That's what's up.
What about what else? What's the your waist?
Why you
Your
guys not
waist.
talking about
Pullover was towards the end too.
It's the
Right?
end as well.
It's still growing.
Yeah,
It's still going. Yeah.
I think it's a lot of, it was a lot of
It was
Last song going out
That
here.
y'all felt
Sorry.
was dope.
Yeah. So it's like,
It's getting better.
Now that's what I love about it because I feel like years ago Jamaican music wasn't in the clubs like that. Now it's a norm. You can't have a DJ play a set
Yeah.
without hitting
definitely.
the dance
I go
song.
to
And
my,
it's like I feel like we're getting there where it's like certain songs just blend into certain mixes and you don't pidgin English. Right.
All over.
Shaking your bum. I heard it.
Timaya,
When I heard it on the radio, I heard it on 105. I called my friends. I was like, "Yo, listen to the radio. It was so dope because it didn't seem forced. It was part of his mix." So I feel like with the next wave with Burner always speaking pidgin and having the Jamaicans like
Influence.
it's gonna go into it where now when you have a set you have to have one or two Nigerian songs
yeah,
to
and I think
fill the appetite.
that's really dope because even when I go to the barber, like I hear Rotate coming up on the radio. And it's a
Now,
bunch
you know
there's a
what's
whole bunch of Caribbean people.
You're not gonna speak up a little bit for me?
I mean, with a whole bunch of Caribbean barbers listening to Nigerian music, it's really like it's impressive, man.
it was dope when a Jamaican told me about David Doe. He was like, nah, this guy's telling you he's better than everybody. Yo, this is the shit I like. I'm like, okay. That's how it works.
On the note about Nigeria moving forward with the music and things of that nature, I'm pretty sure all of us are probably in college or whatever the case is. Would you guys ever return back to Nigeria to work after graduation?
I was planning on it. That was my plan ever since I left high school. I came over here 07. I always told my mom. But right now, I feel like there's more opportunity over here because when you go back to Nigeria, you have to know people, you have to raise. Daddy would be like, oh, I know Governor Fashola, everything is connection, but like you don't have to rely on your parents. Like, God forbid, what if something happened? Like, but I plan on going back though, in like 2 years.
Anybody else?
I mean, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. I think most
Same for me.
people worry too much about going home to be stars. Be a star where you are so you can shine worldwide. You know what I mean? That's
I
it.
like that shit. So it's dope. Anybody else?
I'm actually planning on moving back sometime between spring and summer.
That's really like right
Yeah,
there.
it was a tough decision, but it's something that I had to do for me because even though like I wasn't born here, I came when I was 10, I just never connected. It didn't matter what it was, I just never connected. Like home is Nigeria. There's nothing that's ever gonna make me not want to go back home. I want to die there. I want to bring my family there. And just, working with under the rock, I've made a lot of connections, and people are telling me, come home. Like, there's money here, there's money there too. So, I feel like sometimes it's harder here because the competition is crazy here, it's crazy there. But for me, like, for what I want to do, I have to look at my skin color, I have to look at all types of things. But back home, it's not always going to be that complicated. And it's who you know, but it's who you know here too. You got to know somebody here too.
In America too.
Everywhere is who you know, but I feel like the comfort for me is there. And I feel like our parents bring us here to get education, do all that stuff, so we can take it back home and build our country. So if we just stay here, we're building this country, but what about our country? Like, we're just taking all the resources, all our knowledge, and we're just adding to America, but then we're leaving our country dry. So I just want to do my part and go back home.
Wow.
That's so deep. I like that.
That part of it makes me.
Eventually, though, like, later on down the line, I would like to go back to Nigeria. I want to go out there and hopefully, like, work with, like, some Japanese architects, build, like, some, a lot of modern and westernized structures back in Nigeria. Nigeria has beautiful architecture.
What? Who are you telling?
I mean, even though they don't do a lot of light frame, they use a lot of stone, a lot of concrete. It's heavy. That is what Nigeria is all about. And I want to take everything that I've learned from over here, from the arts to architecture. Like, I want to build a building in Nigeria. Like, yes, that is a shit building.
Amen.
Gonzo.
What about you, Sandra?
Me going back to Nigeria might not be something that I would like to do. But as far as business wise, yeah, I'm in Nigeria, man, because like I have a couple of business that I have in mind that I want to start over in Nigeria. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna, stay here. I might be there for a little while, like back and forth.
I agree with you on that. I feel like investing in Nigeria is the best thing because those of us that make it here or that actually come here are the educated ones, whether it be our parents. You don't come here without being educated. So the plan, I think, is to take education out of Nigeria. So I feel like for those of us, the second generation Americans, our parents are here already. Even if you're not living there, I feel like we should invest there. Build something. Even if you have a hotel there where you're getting money back, or you have people that you trust, opening a business and supporting it. I feel like you have to give back to your country because we compare Nigeria to America. America was started in 1776, whatever it is, and then Nigeria is in its 50s, 60s. So it's two different things. It's two different things. America went through a civil war. We went through our Biafra at such a young age, and we're still, we're still going from. So I feel like
maternal wars that we're still dealing with.
Exactly. And it's, we have the whites against the Indians and the blacks, and then we have our multiple tribes. So I feel like we're in that place where we're slowly diluting things, and people are marrying outside cultures, and with time we still have to invest in our country and bring it up. You don't have to live there, like someone said.
On the note of culture and things diluting and things changing, I think this is like something that's like it's in a lot of homes, and it's something that it's dear to my heart and I'm really sensitive about. But it's about domestic violence within Nigerian homes, and I want to know what the second generation feels about that as youth who are eventually gonna get married, have children. How do you guys feel about domestic violence within the homes?
I think I don't want to talk about it, but I think it's become a cultural norm, and I think like it's so acceptable. It's disgusting. But I feel like we know better. We've been raised here. We go to school here, and I have to give props to like our generation, male for the most part. They don't have that mentality. I can say my dad's generation is terrible. Him and my wife, that's normal. She says something stupid, I'm gonna slap her. Who's she gonna call? Nobody. And I feel like we know better. So we have to do better, and I feel like for females, it should be unacceptable. It should not happen. Like, if a man touches you, or even it shouldn't have to get to the physical. It starts with the verbal. Once it start, with the verbal, it's gonna eventually to the physical. You gotta stop it.
I actually beg to differ. Even though I feel like, I agree that this generation may be a little bit enlightened and they're exposed to different things than our parents were. I feel like, in regards to psychology, young men usually emulate exactly what they experience in their home. Meaning, if you see your father do it, even though you know it's wrong, it's just something within you. It's innate that if your wife did the same thing your mom did, that made your dad react that way, you react the same exact
I
way.
disagree with that.
I don't
But
know.
I
Me too,
feel
I
like
disagree. Like,
I
why
feel-
would you do anything?
if you have a healthy relationship with your mother, which I feel like every 80% of West Africans do, I don't see that happening. And it's also weird because here I feel like there are more broken homes. Because a lot of people aren't growing up with not as much. Because I feel like in Nigeria, divorce is such a
I'm
taboo.
sorry, like,
Yeah.
80% of my friends did not grow up with their dad. I did
Where
not
did
grow
they
up with
Where
my
did they
dad.
grow?
Be it Nigeria, America,
But
London,
that's
anywhere.
that's not a norm though. It's a norm here. It's not
crazy.
like people who grew up with their father and mother are like weird. It's not normal. Like when you tell people I grew up with my mom and dad, people are taken aback by it. So I feel like that whole generation is passing on to the kids. It's like if your mom and dad didn't grow up together, you're not gonna have that
That idea.
of it.
There's
being
also media.
a norm. But I don't think the media pushes.
I don't think
Pushes
so.
it. I really don't see domestic violence
I mean,
being a
like,
big deal in
yeah.
the black
Speaking
community.
about-
All right, when I say domestic violence, all right,
Verbal
domestic violence
as well?
is, there's also verbal, there's mental violence, it's not just the physical aspect of
Right.
it. And to say that, I mean, you may not exactly do what your dad did in regards to physical, but I'm Yoruba, I've heard Oriel da, you know, like, there's also verbal abuse that breaks the women down mentally. You know, there's other things that you can do that is also considered domestic violence. A show, stuff like that. And you're talking to your wife. And you're talking to your wife.
Isn't that more insecurity towards the guy than it is a practice?
But African men don't see that.
African men are very insecure, actually.
Yes, I'm saying so.
But
It's
they don't know
more
what
of,
that means because they don't
it's
take it
more
serious.
of,
I'm so serious because African men feel like they're always right. I was talking to my dad the other day. I'm so serious. My dad was like, Kofo, even though you're nice and everything, you have to be submissive, regardless of whatever he says to you. You still have to. That's the reason why I don't think you get married early or anything. I'm so serious because it was
people
was
who are
like
submissive, if a girl is submissive, she will find a guy quicker. We can
that's
agree
what
on
Daddy
that.
said. But
Yes.
Daddy said even though you're submissive, you still have to do whatever the guy tells you to do. I'm like, Daddy, what are you talking about?
That's
Like,
not-
not me.
That's not healthy.
Wait,
Let's
so
let's
let's
say
say-
let's say my
that's
father.
why I
Let's not
don't
call him
like-
daddy. Yeah. We say my father, but
What?
what I realize within the African culture, African culture, the man is the king. You know what I mean? Like let's just forget everything. The head of the house, that's the king. The king is the strongest
It's the
piece.
norm, yeah.
Like that's it. You can't be. And you know we're so prideful as men, so you can't come at
And then
your
African
pops a
men-
certain way, or even if your husband, you can't come at him a certain way and tell him he's wrong.
I'm not
Because
saying
then-
that,
no.
but there's a limit to
Wait, let me
everything.
finish.
There's no limits. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm the king. That's it.
Wait, if you're my father, yeah, but if you're my partner, no, it
Partner,
doesn't work
but
like
I
that.
understand. Partner is
I'm talking
different.
about partner. I'm talking about when I get a boyfriend. I'm telling you when I get a boyfriend. It's not saying he's submissive. Of course, I'll be submissive to my father. It's talking about when I get a boyfriend.
No. Until you get a husband. If he proposes to you, then you could be however you want
Exactly.
to
That's
be.
what I'm telling you. He's telling me that when I get into my
relationship,
yeah.
that's-
I want to when I start building my family.
I want to hear from Mashura real quick because you had a lot of facial expressions.
No, because I just hate things like that. I feel like, you know,
He's on America.
and that's totally fine. I'm totally fine with that. Like he was saying, Omo America, I'm born here, I'm raised here, so we don't only learn Nigerian culture. We chill. I'm sure everybody at this table has a few American friends. Everybody has a Agata friend on this table. So you learn different things. You might chill with different people. My parents didn't raise me in an Africanized home. Honestly speaking, my mother works, my dad works. Like, you know, everybody provides. So in my knowledge, if you want to be a king, I better not do anything. I must not lift a muscle. If you
I feel
cannot
like
provide
that's what's
everything,
different.
if I still have to work, if I still have to hustle and bustle myself, you're not going to tell me what to do because
But that's
I
what's
worked
different
hard
with the
myself
American
too.
and
I
Nigerian marriage.
What does Gonzo have to say?
I support you in that because, you know, I lived in Nigeria for like 14 years of my life, so a lot of my childhood memories are still fresh in my mind. And my mom was a housewife. My dad was the king. So, you know, my dad, like, as a king, he provided for us.
Exactly.
And that gave him leverage to do whatever he
wanted to do.
And my mom had no choice but to be
Submissive.
Because she can't build, she can't read.
Well,
It's
we
definitely
know
different.
in my house right now. And people like, talk about you and you stay. You have to stay. And I'm like,
That's why I'm telling you that.
You know why?
Yeah, but tell me like irregardless.
It's different though.
You know
It's
why?
different.
You know why they tell you guys to stay as a woman is because if you go back to Nigerian culture,
A divorce
a
woman.
divorce doesn't work out.
You're battered.
And
You're
the
battered.
divorce just doesn't
No
make
guy
it.
wants
My
to build with
grandmother
you.
Everybody
got
that-
married 2 times.
But that's not
She was
normal.
still wiped up. She was still
not-
good.
it doesn't
So
happen.
when
It
people
doesn't
say
happen
something like
with a
that,
lot
I
of
don't
people.
believe
So I
it.
don't believe that. My mom,
Well,
my
she
dad
got
was
married
abusive.
again and had more children.
My
so
mom
I have a
left,
bunch of
she
uncles.
had my brother.
So and it's totally fine.
It's,
like,
no.
As long as you're happy.
If you have that mentality, then it's not gonna change. But the mentality has to break. You can't walk away.
The guy's mentality should change and come here if your wife is working, if your wife is building. Because again, she has as much options to leave as you do because she can provide for herself.
exactly.
So like Soon said, you're a king if you're
At the
covering
end of
everybody,
the day,
wife,
we
kids.
still gotta go back to the
So
same
it
culture.
becomes a
It's
democracy.
culture.
I'm just saying-
No, but the
culture.
situation,
Culture.
no, but the situation is different here now.
Yeah, I'm saying,
Divorce
but
is
if
not
you-
that big a deal.
If you build your own,
There's
if you
child
build your
support, all
family-
these things that are not said in Nigeria.
What I'm saying is that if you build your family in that same culture
As you being the
Nigeria,
king,
as in
then
being the king of
right.
Nigeria,
But she has to agree to that.
I mean,
you
all-
can't force
she-
her to it now.
Either way, she's either agreeing or not, because if she married to you, then obviously
Right.
she know the kind of person,
Person you are, right? It's like,
So
yeah.
But if
before
you
you
married
get
to
married-
her, you know the kind of person she
Yeah,
was.
but what I'm
What
saying-
I hate
what I'm
about
saying-
Nigerian
But if she's
culture
taking
the
it-
most, let me tell you something. It really fucking bothers me. It's like women don't have a value, and it disgusts me
Who is
all
to blame?
the time.
Who's to blame on that?
It's
The women.
No, it's both
women.
people. If somebody's
And our
stronger than
parents
you and they
too.
could beat you up if you talk crazy to them. You hear how Shaggy just said that? Like, somebody could literally just shut the fuck up and
And
shut
you
you
have
down.
nobody to call
What
for.
can you do?
If Shaggy's
And
mom-
if other people's parents dealt with that, it's been a generational kind of thing where before that, my man was beating me up too, girl. What you want me to tell you? What kind of advice do you think you're gonna get
your
from that
daughter.
same person?
Yeah, but that's what we're
Which
saying.
is
The
why I
situation
don't
is
agree with that
different
at
here.
all.
They're working. They're building by women.
Even if you didn't work, I still don't think that that was okay. Do you understand what I'm saying?
It shouldn't be okay if she's
Beyonce?
not
I'm
working. that he
independent.
can
I'm independent.
Whatever.
I'm independent.
My thing about
If Shaggy's mom was born and raised here,
It'd be a
and
different situation.
oh my goodness,
It would not be a different
she would have
situation.
called her brothers, yo, deal with
Yeah.
that nigga
My
from
team would've called the
early.
My team got two everything. Everywhere.
This conversation.
my
No,
thing,
this
my,
people don't call the cops on their man.
my thing in
Trust
general
me.
is
That's
that-
love.
Just call it.
My
That's
thing,
love.
And culture.
my thing in general is that
Your
one,
parents would like one
I don't
children.
agree with hating your wife or
At all.
I don't
Nah.
agree with that.
Anybody.
I don't agree with that at all. But if it comes down to it, where
mush
we
is
talk
healthy,
about culture,
A mush is healthy. But yeah.
Mush is amazing.
How much is needed?
A mush is there. We agree on that?
So she know what the king is.
So, but
But
you
we
know,
live in a democracy, so there's no
A
king, there's no queen, there's a president.
No,
That's
that's society.
And I
That's
would be
society.
a
That is
queen.
society.
this conversation
When you
is
decide
good
the
and all.
house,
It's
it's
good and
another
all, but I
story.
need to reel it in because we're running out of time. I want to jump into the next topic. And the next topic is dating a Nigerian in New York. Mission impossible.
Time out. No, I agree.
You guys feel
I actually,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
totally disagree.
Yeah?
Of course you
I don't. I think on an average,
You
it's
throwing
not
shots at
easy.
him?
Actually,
Why you throwing shots at him?
No, on a serious note.
Dating Nigerians, then. Let's put
On, a,
that out
se-
there.
on everyone. I mean, I'm just gonna blindly say everyone at this table has dated a Nigerian.
Okay.
But
How about the single ones?
oh, okay. You guys have never. Okay, so I'm gonna ask the question then. Who here has dated a Nigerian? I'm just gonna ask.
Oh,
the
I
question.
have.
Nobody else dated.
I
a
have.
Nigerian.
I believe everybody has.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh,
we're
I
acting like they're not currently dating. Okay, so you were gonna say something.
I disagree with that statement. I feel like, you know, I feel like we could date a Nigerian without no problem. But then this New York, I feel like it just all
Break it
depends.
down.
It just
Let
all
him finish
depends.
now.
It all depends on how you carry your, your relationship. It depends on how you carry a relationship. If me, this is my girlfriend, right?
Be careful.
And-
Why do you think that's
Be careful. Be careful.
all right,
Trying to say,
you know what I'm saying? This is my girlfriend. Me and my girlfriend, we understand each other. We don't really have much to say to the public. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm not saying keep your relationship private. You know, as long as my people, this is my friend, this is my friend, that's her friend, she know what's up with us, you know what I mean? The whole world don't need to know what's going on with y'all.
Okay.
But is that with Nigerian girls or just every girl?
No,
We're
I'm
talking about
Nigerian
dating Nigerians in
No,
New York.
so there's a specific role to dating Nigerian girls is what you're saying.
I'm not saying it's a
Put front of your
specific
Gary,
role.
people are ready to like.
No, that's the thing. That's why that's the thing. That's why you and your that's between you and your girlfriend. You know what I'm saying?
It's a relationship
Even if somebody trying to put sand in your relationship or whatever, that's between you and her.
So it's
You know
not
what I'm saying?
impossible or is it harder?
To me, I feel like it's possible.
It's possible.
Very possible.
He's saying it's very possible by
Very possible.
by keeping your stuff private. I see somebody put on Instagram today, I will never flash my money or my private, my relationship. For all you know, I'm broke and I don't date nobody.
Right.
And that's what I want people to know. I'm broke and I don't date nobody. So that's the image I want you to have because there's people out here that's willing to destroy what
They're
you
happy
have.
when you have
Enemies
nothing.
of progress. That's what they're named.
And they like your pictures.
So, essentially, I feel as if though, like, you know, it all boils down to the kind of people that you choose to date.
Can I say one thing? I feel like a popular Nigerian shouldn't date another popular Nigerian. That's that.
That's true. I see where you're coming from.
I think it's, if, you know, well, I'm not going to say Nigerian, but if Jay-Z and Beyonce can do it, then I think it's possible.
Now, their money has
No,
them built
it's
higher.
not-
They were private for.
You know, like, it's not, you know, like, it doesn't really have anything to do with the money. It's just the fact that, you know,
They know how to keep that stuff
exactly,
private.
like, they know how to hold it down, you know,
Like-
and I feel like they're human beings just
They don't
like
have
you.
social networks.
They have to.
Beyonce's not telling Jay-Z to put a picture of her up.
You know what I'm saying? They have
Half the
social
girls,
networks.
half these girls want you to
no,
accept them in
no.
public places.
No,
Yes,
that's
if
the
you don't put me on
understanding-
Instagram,
understanding
then
that
there's
that's
no
between you and
trust.
your girlfriend,
They
you
want
feel
that.
me?
Beyonce's not asking Jay-Z who retweeted her.
Bao, listen, that's the understanding between you and your girlfriend. Like,
Yeah.
alright, I don't want no pictures or
Right,
whatever.
so it's not-
You know what I'm saying?
So
Well, as long as
there's
you-
specific,
alright, look
there's
at this,
special
though.
people to go through that
Look at
and
this,
not
look
break
at
up.
this.
Is what
You
we're
my
saying.
friend. Tunes is my friend. If I have a girlfriend, if you and Tunes know, I'm sure she'll be fine with that. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? The whole world doesn't need to know.
Actually,
what do you have to say?
I agree with
I
that.
have two things to say. The first one, please don't give me that. There are a lot of men out here with friends who know the girlfriend and the girl he's cheating on. Yeah, the girl is cheating on. So just because his friends know you does not mean anything whatsoever.
What's the
That's
second
no
one?
guarantee.
What's the second
They
one?
would
Yeah.
even hang out, the mother will know the first girl, the second girl, the third girl.
What's the second
All
one?
of them will help her.
They all
cook
help
in
you.
the
So
kitchen, too.
no, the second.
So what that mean?
My second point is.
She making moves.
I feel like.
Seriously.
I feel like a lot of reasons why Nigerian girls want their relationship to be public is because they feel like sometimes you don't want people to know because you're doing something else.
That still don't work out.
It's mad.
It's like
But don't be in a relationship. Don't be in a relationship
We
then.
know situations where people have been together. Yes, they thought they were together, but the public was saying no, I'm single, da da da. How do you know?
Everybody in their side of the story.
Everybody knows that side of the story. So
Me, I feel as if though, like, I feel as if though, like, I feel as if though, like, if you wanna date a Nigerian person, first of all, if you're Nigerian, man, if you walk into a Nigerian community, like, people automatically they have put your rap shit in
Yeah. Everybody swear they know.
Exactly. Oh, he said, she said this. Oh, you know, it's like people already know about you, your dirt, your life. I mean, that's, you know, that's by the way, that's whatever. That don't even matter. It's just the point that I feel as if though, like, if you want to date a Nigerian, especially a Nigerian person with status, then you just gotta keep your shit on the low, man. Like, you know, y'all gotta hold each other down.
So you famous
So
people.
what did you? Them two, right?
How is
No,
famous?
because wait, and this goes into
Everybody knows you now. You're the
this
tallest
goes into the
Nigerian.
next
I'm from the
topic.
Bronx. Brooklyn is where it's
This
at.
goes into the next topic, which will be quickly before our last and most controversial topic of the night. But really quickly, tips that you guys would give. Tips that you guys would give relationships, because you're saying, you know, popular people out here. What would you guys say to keep, you know, your relationship going?
Stay away from social networking. Close friends only, like you said. Don't look for validation outside of your partner.
I like that.
You shouldn't be trying to impress anybody else but your partner, and you don't need to tell.
Can you
you don't
elaborate on what you
I
mean
feel
by
like you don't
validation?
need that person to tell you your relationship is good, or this person is attractive, or this person is what's for you. Because it gets their rocky times, and if this person is needed to fix it, then you shouldn't be in a
That's why I
relationship.
said it's Beyonce that's caused. Oh, look at the drunken love video, boy. All these girls want to do that with their man.
Let me tell you
It's the
something.
truth.
As a female, I don't care what nobody say. Women like to feel the attention, the love. Like, oh my God, he got me flowers. He did this. He did that. Whatever it is that you like the attention from him. Understand? None of y'all can say y'all don't. So if your girl likes to feel like, you know, maybe there's something that she likes in specific, like, oh my God, I like when you post up that picture of me with my bang out, like that. Then that's what she likes. If you know that's what she likes, you better do it because
No.
Okay.
And I feel like
I'm not in it for
you
that.
too.
I'm not in it for that.
Unfortunately, we're running out of time. I just really want to quickly jump to the last topic. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time to talk about it. But the last topic of the night is abortion. How do you guys feel about that?
Me support time, we're wet. Abortion now.
I feel
If
like
you can't take care of a child, don't do it. And if you're not gonna even put yourself in your situation, you should not buy to get pregnant. That's it.
Yeah, I feel like
There's a lot of things called I feel like
Nah, let me stop though. But
No.
abortion is, you know, I mean, in this day and age, it's like, especially when, you know, you're having unprotected sex, you feel good, you bust inside, whatever. Next thing you know, it's like, I mean, it's wrong, but
I'm a Christian, and you know I'm pro life and all that good stuff. But I just feel like if you feel, I see so many turn up kids and so many craziness going up. It's like if you feel you can't take care of this kid and you feel this kid is gonna do more harm than good,
I pray God
reassess your situation. And you shouldn't even be going wrong with somebody who you're not on the same page with. If she's trying to have a child and you're not trying to have a child, strap up.
Really quickly, so I can hear from everyone. Tell me what do you have to say about abortion? All right, what do you have to say about abortion?
I mean, the one thing I would say is I think that a lot of people tend to not to go through it because they don't want to go through the hardship of doing it early. Not necessarily that the kid will be a turn-up poppy or a turn-up mommy, but that, you know, the person just wants the easier route and say, oh, you know, I'd rather do this. But if you're not ready to do those things, you shouldn't, like, what Bible said, don't do it.
Yeah. What about you?
I would just say if you're not ready, you're not ready. You know what I mean? If you're not financially stable to take care of yourself, if you're still living with your parents and stuff like that, basically, if you can't take care of yourself, there's no way you can take care of a child. You understand? I always tell people that. So if you're not ready, I feel like you should just.
Yeah, but then again, like it's the woman that has the final say.
Yeah.
Of course.
So even though you're not ready, though, like what if she wants to keep it? What do you have to do?
She gonna do you for child support for coming out. Tell me why for coming out. Broke for coming out. Sugar for coming out. Coco for coming out. And Vowel for coming out. Thank you. Already. Hi, y'all.
Box song.
You up, but I wanna.
You ready for some?
No, it's like.
Oh, shut up. That's it.
Cut.
No.
Basically, what I'm trying to say, basically, I'm just trying to, you know,
You can stop recording.
No,
Yeah,
why?
For real.
No, but it's being
No,
sincere,
do a thank you. And
I'm not gonna go too deep into it.
This is for my guys in the Lungu chasing your dreams. Never stop, forward ever.